Heavenly Father, as this year comes to a close and a new one quietly waits before me, I come to you tonight with a heart full of reflection and gratitude. The noise of the day has faded. The calendar is about to turn, and I sit in the stillness aware of how much you have carried me through. This night feels sacred, like a gentle pause between what has been and what is yet to come. I breathe deeply and acknowledge that I am here only because of your mercy and grace. Some moments of this year were joyful, others were heavy, but you were present in every single one. As I prepare my heart for rest, I thank you for being my constant through changing seasons. I lay this night before you as an offering of trust and thanksgiving. Before we continue, type "Thank you, God, for this year" in the comments and write your own prayer of gratitude for everything God has brought you through and blessed you with this year. Lord, tonight I look back over this year with honest eyes and a humble spirit. I remember the days I felt strong and the nights I felt fragile, and I see now that you were guiding me through both. There were prayers I whispered that were answered quickly, and others that required patience and faith. Even when I didn't understand your timing, you were still working with purpose. Thank you for the lessons that shaped me and the protection I didn't even realize I needed. Thank you for the strength that appeared when I thought I had none left. I rest tonight, knowing that nothing in this year was wasted in your hands. Father, I thank you for every breath you allowed me to take this year. I thank you for the mornings that welcomed me and the nights that gave me rest. I thank you for the food on my table, the shelter over my head, and the quiet mercies that sustained me day after day. Even in moments when I felt overlooked or unsure, you were providing in ways I could not see. You met my needs faithfully, sometimes through abundance and sometimes through just enough. Tonight, I choose gratitude over regret and trust over fear. I acknowledge that every good thing I received came from you. Lord, I thank you not only for the victories of this year, but also for the struggles that taught me to lean on you. There were times when I felt lost, confused, or discouraged, yet you never abandoned me. You used closed doors to redirect me and delays to protect me. You strengthened my character through challenges that once felt unbearable. Looking back now, I can see your wisdom woven into moments I once questioned. Thank you for growing my faith even when the process felt uncomfortable. I rest tonight, knowing you are shaping me for what is ahead. God, I thank you for the people you placed in my life this year. Thank you for those who supported me, prayed for me, and walked beside me in love. Thank you even for the relationships that ended or changed, because they taught me discernment and resilience. You showed me who to trust, who to release, and who to love with healthy boundaries. Every connection had a purpose, even if it was temporary. Tonight I release any lingering hurt tied to relationships and choose gratitude for the growth they brought. I trust you to bring the right people into my life in the year ahead. Father, I thank you for the moments of joy that reminded me of your goodness. The laughter, the small celebrations, the quiet blessings that lifted my spirit were gifts from you. Even in ordinary days, you revealed beauty and comfort when I slowed down enough to notice. Thank you for the peace that came unexpectedly and the hope that carried me forward. These moments were reminders that you are attentive to my heart. As I rest tonight, I hold these memories with gratitude. They reassure me that you delight in blessing your children. Lord, I also thank you for the moments when you said no. At the time, I may not have understood why certain doors closed or plans fell apart. Now, as this year ends, I can see how your no was often an act of protection. You spared me from paths that would have led to harm or distraction. You redirected me toward growth, even when it felt disappointing. Thank you for loving me enough to guide me away from what wasn't meant for me. I trust your wisdom as I step into a new year. God, tonight, I lay down any regrets I am still carrying from this year. I release the mistakes I replay in my mind, and the words I wish I could take back. I thank you for your forgiveness that never runs out. You did not keep a record of my failures, but offered grace instead. Help me forgive myself the way you have forgiven me. As I prepare for sleep, I choose to let go of shame and rest in your mercy. I enter the new year lighter because of your love. Father, I thank you for how you protected me this year in ways I will never fully know. You shielded me from dangers I didn't see and answered prayers I forgot I prayed. You watched over my coming and going, even when I wasn't aware. Thank you for being my refuge during uncertain times. Tonight I feel safe knowing you remain my protector. I rest with confidence that you will continue to guard me in the year ahead. Your faithfulness gives my heart peace. Lord, I thank you for the growth that happened quietly within me. There were changes in my heart, my thinking, and my faith that no one else could see. You taught me patience, humility, and deeper trust. You refined my priorities and reminded me of what truly matters. Even when progress felt slow, you were still working within me. Thank you for not giving up on me. As I sleep tonight, I honor the work you have begun in me. God, as this year ends, I thank you for every unanswered prayer that strengthened my faith. Waiting was not easy, but it taught me to trust you more deeply. You showed me that delays are not denials, but divine timing. Thank you for teaching me endurance through uncertainty. I rest tonight believing that what you have promised will come to pass at the right time. I release impatience and embrace trust. My heart is calm knowing you are faithful. Father, I thank you for your presence during my loneliest moments. When I felt unseen or unheard, you were close to me. You comforted me in ways words could not. Thank you for being my companion when silence surrounded me. Your presence sustained me when nothing else could. Tonight I acknowledge that I was never truly alone. I rest in the assurance that you walk with me into the new year. Lord, I thank you for the strength you gave me to endure days I thought I couldn't survive. There were moments when I felt exhausted emotionally and spiritually, yet you renewed me. You carried me when I had no strength left. Thank you for being my source of endurance. As I reflect on this year, I see how your power sustained me. I rest tonight in gratitude for your unfailing strength. God, I thank you for teaching me to trust you more than my own understanding. This year challenged my expectations and stretched my faith. You reminded me that your ways are higher and your plans are good. Even when clarity was missing, your peace remained available. Thank you for guiding me step by step. Tonight, I surrender my need to control outcomes. I trust you fully as I rest. Father, I thank you for the opportunities you placed before me this year. Some I embraced, others I missed, but all were part of my journey. You used every experience to teach me something valuable. Thank you for giving me chances to grow, learn, and serve. I trust that new opportunities await in the year ahead. As I sleep, I remain open to what you will do next. My heart is expectant and peaceful. Lord, I thank you for healing that took place this year, both seen and unseen. Some wounds closed quietly, while others are still in the process of healing. Thank you for being patient with me as I healed at my own pace. You never rushed me or dismissed my pain. Tonight I trust you to continue restoring my heart. I rest knowing you are a gentle and faithful healer. God, I thank you for the moments this year that drew me closer to you. Prayer became deeper, faith became stronger, and trust became more real. You used life's challenges to invite me into intimacy with you. Thank you for welcoming me even when my faith felt small. I rest tonight grateful for a relationship with you that continues to grow. I look forward to walking even closer with you in the new year. Father, as I close my eyes tonight, I thank you for bringing me to the end of this year. I thank you for carrying me through every season, every high and every low. I place the coming year into your hands with faith and hope. I trust you to guide, bless, and sustain me, as you always have. My heart is full of gratitude as I prepare for rest. I sleep in peace, thankful for all you have done and confident in all you will do. Father God, as this night deepens and the world grows quieter, I continue this prayer with a grateful and reflective heart. I thank you for how you remained steady when everything around me felt uncertain. This past year, there were moments when I questioned myself, my path, and even my strength. Yet you never questioned your love for me. You stayed faithful when I struggled to stay hopeful. You gave me rest when I was overwhelmed, and clarity when confusion clouded my thoughts. Tonight I acknowledge that your presence was the anchor that held me together. I rest, knowing that nothing I faced caught you by surprise. Lord, I thank you for the unseen battles you helped me survive this year. There were nights when my heart was heavy and my thoughts restless, yet you calmed me even when I didn't realize it. You shielded my mind from despair and guarded my heart from giving up completely. Even when I felt weak, you strengthened me quietly. Thank you for protecting my peace in moments when anxiety tried to take over. Thank you for sustaining me through prayers I could barely form. As I lie here now, I feel safe in your care. Father, I thank you for teaching me to slow down and listen to you this year. Life often pulled me in many directions, but you gently called my heart back to what truly matters. You reminded me that my worth is not measured by productivity or achievement. You taught me to find rest in your presence instead of striving endlessly. Thank you for moments of stillness that restored my soul. Tonight I release the pressure to do more and be more. I rest in the truth that I am enough because I belong to you. God, I thank you for the grace you extended to me when I fell short. There were times I acted out of fear instead of faith. Yet you met me with compassion. You did not condemn me for my mistakes, but guided me toward growth. Thank you for forgiving me again and again without hesitation. You never withdrew your love when I struggled. Tonight I accept your forgiveness fully and let go of self-judgment. I rest, knowing I am covered by your mercy. Lord, I thank you for the patience you showed me throughout this year. You waited for me to understand lessons I was slow to learn. You did not rush me, pressure me, or abandon me in my confusion. Instead, you walked with me gently through every step. Thank you for allowing me to grow at my own pace. Tonight I trust that you will continue guiding me with the same patience in the year ahead. I rest in the safety of your timing. Father, I thank you for the courage you placed within me when fear tried to dominate my thoughts. There were moments when stepping forward felt impossible, yet you encouraged my heart. You whispered strength into my spirit when doubt was loud. Thank you for helping me face situations I once avoided. You showed me that courage does not mean the absence of fear, but trust in your presence. Tonight I release lingering fears and choose confidence in you. I rest, knowing you go before me. God, I thank you for the healing that has begun in areas of my life that were deeply wounded. Some wounds are still tender, but I trust your healing process. You did not ignore my pain or minimize my struggles. Instead, you stayed close and worked gently within me. Thank you for restoring hope where discouragement once lived. Tonight I place my healing fully in your hands. I rest believing that you will complete the work you started. Lord, I thank you for teaching me the value of surrender this year. I learned that holding tightly to control only brought exhaustion and frustration. When I finally released my grip, you replaced anxiety with peace. Thank you for reminding me that you are trustworthy. You showed me that surrender is not weakness but faith. Tonight, I surrender what I still try to control. I rest knowing you are in charge. Father, I thank you for the wisdom you gave me through experience this year. You allowed me to learn not only from success, but also from failure. Each experience shaped my understanding and deepened my discernment. Thank you for guiding my decisions, even when clarity was limited. Tonight I trust that the wisdom you've given me will serve me well in the year ahead. I release regret over past choices. I rest, knowing you redeem all things. God, I thank you for your faithfulness in moments when I doubted myself. You believed in me even when I struggled to believe in myself. You reminded me of my identity and purpose. Thank you for speaking truth over my life when negative thoughts tried to define me. Tonight I silence those voices and listen only to yours. I rest knowing I am seen and valued by you. Your love steadies my heart. Lord, I thank you for the provision you gave me throughout this year. You met my needs in ways that were sometimes unexpected, but always timely. Thank you for sustaining me financially, emotionally, and spiritually. Even when resources felt limited, you provided what was necessary. Tonight I trust you with all future needs. I release worry about tomorrow. I rest confident in your provision. Father, I thank you for moments this year when you redirected my path. What felt like interruption was often protection. You closed doors that would have led me away from your will. Thank you for guiding me, even when I didn't understand your direction. Tonight I trust your leadership completely. I let go of frustration over changed plans. I rest, knowing your way is best. God, I thank you for the peace you allowed me to experience, even in challenging seasons. That peace did not come from circumstances, but from your presence. You reminded me that peace is possible, even when answers are delayed. Thank you for calming my heart when storms surrounded me. Tonight I welcome that peace again. I rest in the assurance that you remain near. Your presence quiets my soul. Lord, I thank you for helping me grow spiritually this year. My faith deepened through prayer, reflection, and trust. You drew me closer to you through both joy and hardship. Thank you for nurturing my relationship with you. Tonight, I desire to continue growing in faith and understanding. I rest with anticipation for what you will teach me next. My heart is open to you. Father, I thank you for teaching me compassion for myself and others this year. You softened my heart and expanded my understanding. Thank you for helping me extend grace where I once held judgment. Tonight I release resentment and embrace forgiveness. I trust you to heal relationships according to your will. I rest knowing love is stronger than bitterness. Your love transforms me. God, I thank you for carrying me through moments of uncertainty and transition. Change was not always easy, but you remained constant. You guided me through unfamiliar territory with steady assurance. Thank you for being my foundation when everything else shifted. Tonight I trust you as I step into a new season. I release fear of the unknown. I rest, knowing you walk ahead of me. Father, as this night continues, I thank you for the promise of new beginnings. This year may be ending, but your faithfulness does not end with it. You offer fresh mercy, renewed strength, and deeper trust. Thank you for inviting me into the year ahead with hope. Tonight, I place my future into your loving hands. I rest peacefully, grateful for what has been and confident in what is to come. Father God, as this night continues to unfold in quiet stillness, I come before you with a heart that desires deeper trust. I thank you for inviting me into rest, instead of worry, as this new year approaches. There were moments this year when sleep escaped me because my thoughts would not settle, yet even then you watched over me faithfully. Tonight I choose to rest, not only my body but also my mind and spirit. I surrender racing thoughts and anxious reflections into your care. I trust that you are holding everything together while I sleep. Lord, I thank you for reminding me that my life is not defined by a single season or outcome. This year held moments that stretched me beyond my comfort, yet you used them to strengthen my faith. You showed me that growth often happens quietly and slowly. Thank you for walking with me even when progress felt invisible. Tonight, I release the pressure to measure my life by comparison or expectation. I trust that you are shaping my story with intention. I rest, knowing my journey is unfolding exactly as it should. Father, I thank you for being present in moments when I felt emotionally drained. You knew the silent battles I fought and the tears I held back. Even when words failed me, you understood my heart completely. Thank you for comforting me without judgment. Tonight, I lay down emotional fatigue and allow your peace to refill me. I trust you to restore my strength gently. I rest, knowing you are close and attentive. God, I thank you for the faith you preserved within me when doubt tried to overwhelm my thoughts. There were times when answers seemed far away, yet you kept my heart anchored. You reminded me that faith does not require full understanding. Thank you for sustaining belief during seasons of waiting. Tonight I reaffirm my trust in you. I let go of unanswered questions. I rest in the assurance that you are faithful. Lord, I thank you for teaching me the beauty of quiet moments this year. In stillness, you spoke more clearly than in noise. You showed me that rest is not wasted time, but sacred space. Thank you for drawing me closer through silence and reflection. Tonight I welcome the calm you provide. I choose to be present with you in this moment. I rest, knowing that you meet me here. Father, I thank you for the discipline you gently cultivated in my life. You taught me to choose peace over chaos and patience over haste. You helped me recognize what was draining my spirit. Thank you for guiding me toward healthier rhythms. Tonight, I commit to carrying these lessons into the new year. I release habits that no longer serve my well-being. I rest, trusting you to guide my steps. God, I thank you for the hope you quietly planted in my heart throughout this year. Even when circumstances felt discouraging, hope remained alive. You reminded me that your plans are not limited by my perspective. Thank you for lifting my vision beyond present challenges. Tonight I nurture that hope with gratitude. I trust that the future you hold is filled with purpose. I rest confident in your promises. Lord, I thank you for the grace you extended during moments of uncertainty. You did not rush me to have all the answers. Instead, you invited me to lean on you. Thank you for being my steady foundation. Tonight I let go of the need for certainty. I embrace faith instead of fear. I rest knowing you are guiding me. Father, I thank you for how you protected my heart from bitterness this year. Disappointments came, but you softened my spirit. You taught me to release resentment and choose peace. Thank you for healing emotional wounds gently. Tonight, I reaffirm my decision to forgive. I trust you to handle what I cannot. I rest, knowing forgiveness brings freedom. God, I thank you for reminding me that my worth is rooted in you alone. This year challenged my confidence at times, yet you stowed truth over me. You reminded me that I am valued beyond performance or success. Thank you for affirming my identity in you. Tonight, I release insecurity and self-doubt. I rest, knowing I am loved unconditionally. Lord, I thank you for the moments of joy that arrived unexpectedly. Simple blessings brought light into ordinary days. You reminded me that joy can coexist with hardship. Thank you for refreshing my spirit with laughter and peace. Tonight, I hold those moments close with gratitude. I trust you to bring joy again. I rest with a thankful heart. Father, I thank you for strengthening my prayer life this year. Conversations with you became deeper and more honest. You welcomed me, whether I came with praise or pain. Thank you for listening patiently. Tonight, I commit to continuing this connection in the new year. I trust you to guide my prayers. I rest, knowing you hear me. God, I thank you for helping me release unrealistic expectations this year. You taught me that perfection is not required to walk faithfully with you. Thank you for freeing me from unnecessary pressure. Tonight, I embrace grace instead of striving. I trust you to work through my imperfections. I rest in your acceptance. Lord, I thank you for the courage to face change as this year comes to an end. New beginnings can feel uncertain, yet you remain constant. Thank you for preparing my heart for what lies ahead. Tonight I release fear of change. I trust you to lead me wisely. I rest, knowing you never change. Father, I thank you for renewing my strength through rest and reflection. You reminded me that renewal begins when I pause. Thank you for inviting me into restoration. Tonight I allow my body and soul to fully relax. I trust you to renew me as I sleep. I rest in your care. God, I thank you for your unfailing presence that surrounds me even now. As I lie here, I feel the comfort of knowing you are near. You never slumber or sleep. Thank you for watching over me through the night. Tonight, I surrender fully to rest. I trust you completely. I rest in peace. Father, as this night continues, I thank you for carrying me forward with grace. The year ahead is unknown, but you are already there. Thank you for holding my future securely. Tonight, I choose trust over fear. I release my worries into your hands. I rest, knowing tomorrow is covered by you. Father God, as this night gently moves forward, I remain in this quiet place of gratitude and surrender before you. I thank you for how you held my heart steady during moments when uncertainty felt overwhelming this year. You reminded me that I do not need to have everything figured out to be held securely by you. Even when my plans shifted or fell apart, your presence never wavered. Thank you for being my constant when circumstances changed. Tonight, I release the need to predict or control what lies ahead. I rest in the assurance that you are already preparing my path. Lord, I thank you for teaching me to trust you beyond my understanding this year. There were times when logic failed me and answers were delayed, yet you asked me to walk by faith. You strengthened my trust not through explanations, but through your faithfulness. Thank you for showing me that your silence was not absence. Tonight, I choose to trust you even when clarity is missing. I release the demand for immediate answers. I rest knowing you are always working. Father, I thank you for how you refined my character through challenges I did not choose. Difficult moments shaped my patience, humility, and endurance. You used pressure to reveal strength I did not know I had. Thank you for not removing every hardship, but for walking with me through them. Tonight I acknowledge that growth often comes through discomfort. I trust that you are shaping me with care. I rest, knowing you use every season for good. God, I thank you for the peace you gave me when fear tried to settle in my heart. Even when anxiety whispered lies, you spoke truth over my spirit. You reminded me that fear does not have the final word. Thank you for calming my thoughts when they spiraled. Tonight I release lingering anxieties into your hands. I trust your peace to guard my heart and mind. I rest in your calming presence. Lord, I thank you for how you sustained me when my energy was depleted. There were days when simply continuing felt difficult, yet you gave me strength to move forward. You did not ask more of me than I could give. Thank you for meeting me in my weakness with compassion. Tonight I allow myself to fully rest without guilt. I trust you to restore me completely. I rest, knowing you renew my strength. Father, I thank you for helping me recognize what truly matters as this year comes to an end. You gently shifted my focus away from distractions and toward what nourishes my soul. You reminded me that peace is found in your presence, not in achievement. Thank you for simplifying my heart. Tonight I let go of unnecessary burdens and expectations. I trust you to align my priorities in the year ahead. I rest with a lighter spirit. God, I thank you for guiding me through moments of transition this year. Change was uncomfortable at times, yet you remained faithful. You reassured me that new beginnings are held securely in your hands. Thank you for giving me courage to step forward even when the path was unfamiliar. Tonight I release fear of transition. I trust you to lead me gently into what is next. I rest knowing you go before me. Lord, I thank you for how you taught me to wait with grace. Waiting was not easy, but it deepened my reliance on you. You reminded me that waiting is not wasted time. Thank you for strengthening my faith during delays. Tonight I release impatience and frustration. I trust your perfect timing. I rest knowing you are never late. Father, I thank you for the healing that continues to unfold within me. Some wounds are no longer as painful, and others are still tender, yet you are present in all of them. You never rushed my healing or dismissed my pain. Thank you for walking with me gently through restoration. Tonight I place my healing fully in your care. I trust you to complete the work you began. I rest in your healing love. God, I thank you for helping me grow in compassion this year. You softened my heart toward others and toward myself. You taught me to respond with grace instead of judgment. Thank you for expanding my understanding and empathy. Tonight, I choose kindness over criticism. I trust you to continue shaping my heart. I rest, knowing love transforms me. Lord, I thank you for reminding me that rest is a gift, not a reward. This year taught me that slowing down is necessary for my well-being. You invited me to rest without guilt or fear of falling behind. Thank you for caring about my body, mind, and spirit. Tonight I accept rest as an act of trust. I trust you to work while I sleep. I rest peacefully in you. Father, I thank you for the clarity you provided when I needed guidance. Even when answers came slowly, they came with peace. You never led me into confusion. Thank you for being my wise counselor. Tonight, I trust you to continue guiding my decisions. I release worry about making the wrong choices. I rest knowing you direct my steps. God, I thank you for the moments of joy that surprised me this year. Simple blessings reminded me of your goodness. You showed me that joy can exist even in difficult seasons. Thank you for lifting my spirit through small moments of light. Tonight, I hold those memories with gratitude. I trust you to bring joy again. I rest with hope in my heart. Lord, I thank you for strengthening my faith through reflection and prayer. Conversations with you deepened my trust and understanding. You welcomed my honesty and vulnerability. Thank you for listening patiently. Tonight I commit to remaining close to you in the year ahead. I trust you to guide my spiritual growth. I rest, knowing you draw near to me. Father, I thank you for teaching me resilience through adversity. You showed me that I can endure more than I once believed. You strengthened my spirit through every challenge. Thank you for carrying me through moments of weakness. Tonight, I acknowledge your sustaining power. I trust you to continue strengthening me. I rest secure in you. God, I thank you for your constant presence that surrounds me even now. As I lie here, I am aware that I am never alone. You watch over me with love and care. Thank you for guarding me through the night. Tonight, I surrender fully into your hands. I trust you completely. I rest in peace. Father, as this night continues, I thank you for preparing my heart for the year ahead. You are